Hey guys, welcome back. On this week's episode, we learn more about Pablo's Brujo uncle and get a glimpse into Ash's mind. So last week was a pretty strong outing, giving us more backstory into the Necronomicon and introducing us to a new demon, the Elagos. Ash and the Ghost Beaters learn another clue in their journey and head off to the Brujo to find out what could be meant by the answer lying within. We're left with a cliffhanger. Amanda is handcuffed in Books from Beyond, with Deadite Hopkins ready to attack. And as is becoming tradition, we start right where we left off. Amanda fires at Hopkins, but it doesn't work. Luckily, Lucy shows up. She must be literally seconds behind everyone leaving, which will allow them to draw the story out even more. Lucy runs Hopkins through and saves Amanda. On the road, Kelly isn't doing so well. The Elagos went inside of her, obviously. I didn't think about it at first, but seeing the scene again in the recap made it clear that that's what happened. She brushes it off and doesn't tell Ash or Pablo about what's going on. This is a really stupid choice. She has to know something terrible is going on. What does she gain by not bringing it up to the team? Nothing. Ash hopes Pablo's uncle can help stop the evil, as he doesn't like being responsible for everything. The evil is on their trail, an actual cloud of evil. What the fuck? We've never seen the evil look like a dust cloud before. They hope to outrun it. Ash does have nitrous.
Suck on that, bitch!
But it doesn't last long, and now the car is breaking down. Luckily, they reach Brujo's sacred land and the cloud dissipates, unable to pursue them further. I guess the idea of the dust is to be able to actually see it stop in this scene. Back at the store, Lucy couldn't tell Amanda before about what was really going on. Amanda had to learn for herself. That's the only way she'd believe what's happening. Now we finally get some of Lucy's backstory, which was actually already spoiled a while back.
30 years ago at my parents' cabin in the woods, he killed my mom. And my dad, and my sister Annie.
So that's how she ties into things. It's an interesting starting point story-wise for the character, and hope that we see more of Lucy at the cabin in the past. Deadite Hopkins recognizes her and tries to threaten her, but Lucy is having none of it and lops his damn head off. She's definitely a badass just like Ash. She offers Amanda a partnership to help find Ash, and Amanda accepts. Good call, Amanda, since Ruby/Lucy can actually fend off the evil, unlike her, who just keeps fucking things up every step of the way.
I'm a fucking cop!
At the Brujos, they walk up. Pretty creepy stuff. We learn the rift between Pablo and his uncle is that Pablo abandoned his faith. The Brujo is still upset by this when we meet him, but Pablo apologizes and sees that he was wrong after everything that's happened. Brujo agrees to read Ash and determines he's too weak to take down the evil.
The flame is dim, but it flickers.
All right, nice.
No.
So he's still not a hero? Or at least not the hero we know. I kind of thought that the end of the first episode accomplished his triumphant return. I mean, he's not gonna be like a well-adjusted guy. He's a hero despite himself, and that's why he's likable. Ah well. Destroy the entire character, who cares? Brujo is able to look inside of Ash, and you know what that means? It's ritual time! Ash is given a hallucinogen known as ayahuasca. Back in the trailer, Kelly is not feeling so well. Pablo shows up and hopes to cheer her up by building a new hand for Ash. Why would that make her feel better? And I don't remember there being any indication that Pablo was technologically gifted enough to build a hand for Ash. It literally comes out of nowhere. Speaking of Ash's hand, Lucy has it, so she must have gone to the cabin sometime after the events in Evil Dead 2 to retrieve it. She says it started moving recently and must be looking for its owner. This is what they're going to use to track him down. She must already be using it up to this point, but she's always a few hours or seconds behind. Like, shouldn't she already be at the Brujos if the hand is actually helpful? Yeah, probably. Then Ash starts tripping balls, seeing weird shit, including eyeballs in the Brujo's mouth. Now we have the most what the fuck sequence in the entire franchise. We see Ash's brain travel back to the past, with flashes of things from days long ago. The way it's presented is weird and pretty lame, but we're only getting started with the weirdness. Ash finds himself in a grave, eyes sewn shut, surrounded by bag-headed deadites. He can't see and freaks out, feeling unable to defend himself. Brujo tells him the key is to see within yourself without sight. Then the bagheads start grabbing on Ash. He considers his normal plan, which is shoot first, think later, or don't think at all.
Shoot first, think never.
This works, and he is able to take control of his mental journey and go off to a safe place, which to Ash is apparently Jacksonville, Florida, his dream city. What? He's never even been. He booked a vacation there 30 years ago and never got to go. You see, he took his girlfriend to a cabin and, life has never been the same since. I guess Pablo is an electronic whiz now because he's able to create a functioning robot hand from crap in a box. Seems like these skills would have proven useful many times up to this point, but let's not think about that, because Kelly is having stabbing head pains. She's still hiding what's going on, and it still makes no sense. But it's too late now because things start to get severe. She freaks out, and Pablo is finally concerned. She continues to brush it off, but Kelly is now changed, and we know that it's the Elagos because she looks in the mirror and sees its reflection also. Pablo cluelessly continues to work away with Kelly approaching him. He asks her to plug something in for her. She does, and shocks Pablo out of his chair. Whoa! Ash continues to sit in his green screen fantasy world, completely content doing nothing and having a conversation with his pet iguana. Yeah, then the book shows up in his hands. Talk about a total buzzkill. He throws it into the water, uninterested.
Man, you're stepping on my buzz.
Kelly/Elagos decides to take advantage of drugged up Ash. She distracts the Brujo and enters into Ash's dream to torture him. Then Ash appears in the cabin, or at least a small hallway that looks kinda like the cabin. Elagos is there and starts doing weird stuff, including putting Ash's head in a jar. Then we are back at the stockroom, reusing similar gags from the pilot. Ash is losing the mind battle and once again has to take control of his journey.
It's still your trip, Ash.
Hey, yeah.
He stands up, now in control again, but in real life he is choking Kelly. Pablo shows up and knocks out Ash. He saves Kelly from being choked, but she is still possessed. So I'm sure that, wait, the end? That wasn't an ending. They didn't even finish the story that was just leftover drippings from the previous episode. I mean, Jesus. And at this point, the issues of the show are becoming harder and harder to ignore. First of all, the episodes just need to be longer. The first one was a little bit longer than the others, and only the first one has really felt like a complete experience. The episodes are too quick to be able to develop a satisfying story, and what we're being given is more frustrating than fun. So listen, I want to like this show. I want it to be good and exciting and fun, but the show is progressively losing its way. The jokes are pretty limp, and the style and kinds of set pieces are very generic. There's none of that extra lunacy that makes Evil Dead special, and the low budget is becoming more obvious as most of the episodes take place in one location. It really does seem like only Raimi can pull this balancing act off. So please, Sam, come back from vacation and fix the show. There's so much promise in developing the world beyond the movies, but so far they are coming up very short. All right, that's it for me, folks. What did you guys think of the episode? Am I being too harsh, or do you guys all agree that we deserve better than what we've been getting? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, stay groovy.